Now, talking about the props, we already separated one component from another. We had one before, now we have two. We have habit component and app component, the main component of the app. We import here. What is the props in React? Why you need them? This is exactly the place where you use props. Props is short for the properties. So you want to pass information from your top level of app account from here down to a smaller component inside, which is just responsible for rendering one habit. That's the sole purpose of this component, is just get some data and return li. That's a very simple, very dumb component. That's what it does. And we separate it in separate file. That component, to make the job, needs this data. And this data is a properties, or props for short. So we say props in React. Key, we have index, we'll be providing key. Habit, we'll be passing the whole habit, which is object containing inside name and the streak. We can pass it as a habit name, and here we can access right away the name. We can go as a streak and we can pass habit streak. But instead of doing this, I'll just comment it out. We'll pass the whole habit as an object inside. I will just leave it as an example, and increment streak will be equal. You see right now it's grayed out because it's not used in the code. Grayed out, we copy, pass it over here. Now boom, no errors anymore, at least in this file. I think we can save it. Looks good so far. As you can see right now, we passed the habit component, we passed key, index, habit, and function for incrementing. I just disabled ESLint rule, which I had it. Now I refresh my app and I see I made a mistake. It should be GSX file. It's not JS. That's my miss. Let's rename habit to GS6. It's automatically changing file name here. Now it's habit JS6 because we do have JS6 in there. Let's refresh it one more time. Let's check our terminal. Let's restart it. I just restarted it. In case you will have a problem, just restart your server. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you have to restart your server. Okay, now we see we have some errors. It's trying to add the streak, but it's not. Okay, going back, what we changed so far, why our incremental was not working, and it's a good lesson to learn it anyway. So we're passing a key, and this is not a prop, by the way. I mean, this is not a prop to be passed down the line. That's an important lesson, by the way. Keys is something which is like a self-identification for every habit to have its own ID or key, which is like a unique value. Index is not the best way to use it, but let's use it here. At the same time, as we're passing habit as a habit, increment streak as increment streak, you can give it a different name. You have to change it here as you receive it. The index should be passed as index separately, because this will not be passed down the line. In component, it will not accept it because it will sort of like a swallow it, keep it inside of it component, but never used as prop to pass the data down to the component from the parent component. You will not pass it from the app to the habit component. That's why I added it here separately, index as index. And now over here we have habit, function increment streak, and index. Now as we're getting index over here, I'm passing it to the key, I'm passing it to the increment streak, and now that should resolve your problem. Let's save both the files, refresh the app, restart your server in case you need it, and let's go again. More coffee, no gym, bit of a code. That looks like it's working. That was in a nutshell about the props.